Are you ready to sell your home in Northern Virginia, but you live somewhere else? Hey, I'm Carey from the Carey Collective, and I am your relocation specialist right here in Vienna, Virginia. And my team specializes in helping clients buy and sell with ease. What we are best in the world at is taking on your stress and helping to create a super positive impact on your next sale. Why in the world would I come start this video with, are you trying to sell but you don't live here? Because that's who we help. Our goal in real estate is to support families buying real estate, investing in real estate, but using it as a tool to help them build wealth for whatever life that they want. Sometimes we have clients that's plan are to buy one house per kid. And why in the world would they do that? Well, because real estate's expensive. So if real estate is what it is right now, what is it going to cost in 20 or 30 years when your kids are thinking about buying a house? To me, my mind is it's going to be insanely expensive. So one, I better teach my kids to be entrepreneurs because they need to figure this out on how they can make money and support themselves and their family and use real estate as a tool as quick as possible. I forget where I was going with that, but two, a lot of our clients move in and out of Northern Virginia, and we help them find a property that's going to make them money in both the short term and the long term. So we have multiple clients now that have found us through YouTube, through social media, that they need us to list their home for sale in Northern Virginia, but they don't live here. So what in the world? What would you do? How do we advise them? Well, frankly, we partner with them and we take care of the whole thing. We are a full fee, full concierge team, and we will manage as much as needs to get done. So let's talk through a different scenario. You have a property in Northern Virginia, you've rented it out for 5 to 10 years, and you have no idea what the condition of that home is. That's where we come in. We are going to meet with your property manager, or if your tenants will let us in, we are going to go through, do a walkthrough of the home before they moved out, if they'll let us, just so we can create a punch list of the things that we recommend to do as soon as your tenants are out and to get it ready for sale. So why do I want to do this early? Well, I like to take fast action. If you've been renting it out and your tenants move out, I want you to be able to get it listed as soon as possible. So if I can get in there, I can do a walkthrough with my team. I have a designer, I have a contractor, I have a listing specialist, and we will come in there together to make sure we're like, this is what we're going to spend the money on. This is what I would not spend money on because it doesn't make sense. And these are the companies and contractors that we've built relationships with that we know, like, and trust. They're going to get us on their books for the day that your clients, your tenants move out so that we are there. So we're going to do a walkthrough. Walkthrough number one, we create a punch list together. We'll present that to you, be like, these are what we recommend. You get to choose though. You're the boss. Yes, I want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. Are you sure we're going to get a return on investment on this? 100%. That is our goal. We don't want you spending money on something that isn't worth spending your money on. So we've done a walkthrough. We've got a punch list. You've approved or denied, whatever it is you want. And then we know your tenant's move out date, so we are ready to go in. We are ready to rock right away. We're in there. We have everybody lined up. You don't even have to come back to Northern Virginia. You really don't have to do anything. We're going to show you videos. We're going to show you photos. We're going to give you progress updates weekly so you understand what's going on in your home. So all of that to say, we've done the contracting. We've set up and scheduled the contracting to happen super quick. All the work will get done. And then we believe in staging here at the Carey Collective. It makes a huge difference in your bottom line as well. If your future buyer can picture themselves in the home within the first 7 seconds. So two things come up for me. One, landscaping. When they pull up, that outside, the exterior needs to look good. So if you don't take time on it, you're literally leaving money on the table. It is a feeling. Most specifically, normally for women, it is a feeling. They will pull up, and if they can or cannot feel themselves living there, they've already made the decision before they come inside. So we're working on the exterior, and then boom, they're inside. 7 seconds. We've got 7 seconds to convince. I don't think that's the right word. for them to feel like they want to live there. We have 7 seconds to make that impact. So your entryway is going to be huge. When they quick, wherever they can go, and those first immediate seconds is going to make a difference. And so the staging is key. We want them to be like, oh my gosh, could my house look like this? Could I live here? All these things add up for your bottom dollar. So we manage the stager. We will get all of that done and all set up so that you don't have to. Again, these are things we're managing for you. We've got the walkthrough, the punch list, the contractors, the stagers, and then you've got to market the property. Anybody can list their home on the MLS here in Northern Virginia. It's super easy. And yes, are we seeing some houses going within the first weekend here? Absolutely. We're also seeing them go above list and without contingencies. And I'm telling you this because sure, could you do it on your own? 100%. Or you could hire the professional that manages the whole process that gets you even more money in your pocket. Now, one thing I didn't bring up, I do want to say, something we suggest to our clients, whether they're here or not here in selling, is a pre-listing inspection. Why in the world would I say that? Well, in Northern Virginia, a lot of people are waiving the home inspection right now. And if you as a seller are willing to go in, do a pre-listing inspection, you can see the punch list that ideally is going to come up or would come up if someone comes and does a walk and talk after you hit the market, or someone, maybe they negotiate just being an information only inspection when they're in there. But if you do that up front and we give that to the buyers when they're walking in, when they're seeing the home, do you know how much trust those buyers now have in you? Do you know when you develop that trust with a buyer, they are more inclined to increase their escalation. They're more inclined to increase their sales price because they're like, wow, this seller really cared. And yes, I know it can feel like, yay, this is our time. We're going to bathe in all of our money. We're going to get everything. And it's true. You did the work, you invested years ago, and now you're going to get the gain on that. But what if it were a win-win? What if the buyer felt really confident and you felt really confident? You would end up with more money. You would end up walking away with more money because of the trust that you've put in the buyer before they write an offer on your home. So I like to include that before we go to market also. Anything that would need to get done, I'm going to help you set up. I'll help you with contractors. I'll help you with anything that needs to get done before we go to market. And then we are going to market your home like a story. We're going to tell I'm actually going to do the buyer's agent's job too. And I know that sounds crazy, but that is what we do. We tell the story of your home, what it's like to live there. What were your favorite things? If you haven't lived here in 10 years and you don't know, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to ask your community. I'm going to ask your neighbors. I'm going to ask you about your home specifically. And we are going to tell the story of your home so the next buyer can really see themselves living there and they can envision what life is like before they put in the offer. All of these things added up and piled on top of each other is just better for you. Also, you're living somewhere else and you're not worried about it. Kidding. I know you're worried about it, but you're going to trust us and rely on us to do the brunt and the heavy lifting for you. And that is what we do best. So if you live in another state and you own a home in Northern Virginia and you're thinking about selling, send me a text. 513-284-5396. Send me an email, Casi@thecareycollective.com. I am more than happy to run you a pricing analysis on what your home would look like it would go for right now. And 2, we can have the conversation of what that timeline looks like for me to take over and manage the entire process for you. And all you have to do is sign on the dotted line. You'll sign the listing agreement with me, and then with the title company, you can also sign that virtually as well. So you don't even have to come back to Northern Virginia. And all of this happens seamlessly with as minimal stress as humanly possible, with me and the Carey Collective taking over one of your biggest assets ever to help get you more money in your pocket. So definitely reach out if you're thinking about selling in Northern Virginia. We'd love to walk you through that entire process to give you as much ease and as much money in your pocket in the shortest amount of time.